During a fierce battle between Piltover and the Undercity, two young sisters, Vi and Powder, lose their parents in the chaos. Left alone and helpless in the aftermath, they are taken in by Vanda, a fighter from the Undercity. Years pass, and Vi and Powder have settled into life in the Undercity of Zaun, where they roam the streets as raiders. Echo, a friend who's always in the know, tips them off about a big score in a Piltover penthouse. Eager for the loot, the sisters head over with their friends, Claggor and Milo. During the raid, Powder finds strange crystal balls and decides to take them. Just then, someone tries to enter the room, forcing the group to pack up quickly. But one of Powder's crystal balls slips out and explodes, causing massive destruction. After a frantic escape, they manage to lose the enforcers, but soon run into Silco's men. Silco is a powerful crime boss in Zaun, and in the brawl, the group loses their stolen goods. When they finally get home, Vanda is waiting. Worried and upset, he scolds them, as word of the theft has already spread. To maintain peace between Piltover and the Undercity, Vanda meets with Grayson, an enforcer he trusts. She asks him to name the thieves, but Vanda stays quiet. Meanwhile, Silco and his crew have been working on a dangerous new drug called shimmer. In Piltover, Jace, the owner of the raided penthouse, is arrested for possessing restricted equipment. In prison, Professor Heimerdinger visits Jace, who explains he's trying to harness magic through science. Heimerdinger warns him it's too risky and advises him to give up on his experiment in exchange for a lighter sentence. But Jace doesn't listen. Back in Zaun, Vi, Powder, Milo, and Claggor nearly get caught by enforcers, but Echo steps in and helps them escape. Later, Echo tells Vi and Powder about Vanda's deal with Grayson, which he overheard. At Jace's trial, he defies Heimerdinger's advice and is expelled from the academy. Silco, meanwhile, makes a deal with Marcus, an enforcer, and gives him a lead on the children's whereabouts. Marcus shows up at Vanda's bar, the last drop, but Vanda, sensing danger, has already hidden the kids. Jace, feeling down about his sentence, gets a visit from Victor, Heimerdinger's assistant. Victor offers to help Jace finish his research, reigniting Jace's excitement. Meanwhile, Grayson receives a tip with the name of one of the thieves, V. To protect her friends, Vi decides to turn herself in, but she doesn't tell Vanda. When Vanda finds out, he reaches her in time and hides her before the enforcers arrive. When Grayson and Marcus show up, Vanda takes responsibility and lets himself be arrested. However, as they leave, Silco's monster, powered by Shimmer, ambushes them, killing Grayson and capturing Vanda. Echo, who saw the whole attack, tells Vi where Silco took Vanda. Vi, Claggor and Milo decide to rescue him but leave Powder behind for safety. However, Powder secretly follows them. Remembering the explosive power of the crystal balls, she creates a bomb with them to help in the fight. But when Vi and her group are attacked, Powder's bomb explodes, killing Milo and Claggor instead of the enemy. In the chaos, Vanda, who is dying, drinks Shimmer to gain strength and manages to save Vi. Elsewhere, with help from Ambassador Mel Medada, a council member, Jace and Victor finish their experiment and introduce it as hextech, which the council approves despite Heimerdinger's concerns. Back in Zaun, Vanda succumbs to his injuries. Powder, shaken and heartbroken, approaches Vi and reveals that she caused the deadly explosions. Enraged, Vi slaps Powder and storms off, leaving her little sister heartbroken. Feeling abandoned, Powder turns to Silco, who welcomes her with open arms. Later, Vi tries to rescue Powder from Silco's clutches, but Marcus intervenes, drugging her and taking her away. Years pass, and hextech has transformed Piltover, leading to prosperity. However, this advancement has only widened the gap between Piltover and Zaun, sparking a rise in crime. At a Piltover shipping dock, where Silco's lieutenant, Sevica, transports Shimmer, their team is ambushed by a rebellious group called the Firelights, who despise Shimmer. As the Firelights destroy the shipment, Powder, now known as Jinx, arrives in the midst of the shootout. Seeing someone who reminds her of Vi, Jinx loses control, accidentally wounding one of her own allies. Meanwhile, Caitlin, daughter of one of Piltover's ruling houses, has become an enforcer, defying the traditional path expected of her. When she hears about the dock attack, she investigates and finds one of Silco's thugs wounded. Before she can question him, Marcus steps in, sending her away. Jinx, terrified of losing Silco's support like she lost Vi, tries to prove her worth by killing a group of enforcers. In the chaos, she nearly kills Caitlin and successfully steals the hextech gemstone along with Jace's research. This theft pleases Silco, and the death of the enforcers throws Piltover into panic. As a result, Jace is appointed as a new counselor to restore order. Following the incident, Caitlyn's parents have her removed from the force for her safety, but she is undeterred. She continues her own investigation, which leads her to Vi, who's now in prison. After a brief conversation, Caitlyn gets Vi released, hoping she'll help with the case. Together, they head to Zaun. Meanwhile, Jace's anti-corruption efforts as a counselor create tension with other members of the council, who feel threatened by his stance. With Mel's support, he regains their favor. In Zaun, Vi and Caitlyn's investigation leads them to Sevica, where they learn that powder now works for Silco. Meanwhile, Jinx tries to weaponize the crystals, but is haunted by visions of Milo, Clagger, and Vanda's deaths. Silco steps in, helping Jinx to overcome these haunting memories so she can continue her work. Back in Piltover, Victor, who has been studying the Hex Core, an adaptation of hextech that can bring dead or dying things back to life, makes a discovery. When his blood touches the Hex Core, it reacts, but he falls unconscious before he can witness the result. Later, Victor learns that his own health is deteriorating quickly. Back in Zaun, Vi and Caitlyn confront Sevica, and a brutal fight breaks out. Just as Sevica is about to land a fatal blow on Vi, Caitlyn shoots, and Sevica escapes. Jinx also learns of Vi's survival and sets out to find her. In Piltover, Heimerdinger urges Jace to destroy the Hex Core, worried about its potential dangers. Upset by his mentor's lack of support, Jace ousts Heimerdinger from the council. Meanwhile, Vi, injured from her fight, and Caitlyn find a place to hide. After a quick recovery, they prepare to leave, knowing they're not safe for long. As Silco catches up to them while they're on the run, Vi notices a blue flare lighting up the sky, a signal from her sister Jinx. When they finally reunite, the sisters embrace warmly. Vi explains why she hadn't come back for Jinx all those years, but their reunion quickly turns tense when Caitlyn arrives. Vi tries to calm Jinx down, but just then, the firelights attack. In the ensuing chaos, Vi is shocked by what her sister has become. Eventually, the firelights capture Caitlyn, Vi, and the gemstone, leaving Jinx alone once again. At the firelights' hideout, Vi discovers their leader is Echo, who reveals that Silco has been using shimmer as a drug to control the people of Zaun. After reconnecting, Vi convinces Echo to return Caitlyn and the gemstone to Piltover. Echo agrees to go with her, hoping to bring stability to their city. Meanwhile, Victor, determined to control the Hex Core, visits an old friend who is both a scientist and the creator of shimmer. The scientist offers Victor a chance to prolong his life with a new variant of shimmer. Victor takes it, though he's warned that Piltover may reject him because of it. Back in Piltover, Jace decides to close the bridge to Zaun, halting border trade. This raises tensions between the two cities. Fearing Zaun could turn hextech into weapons, the council asks Jace and Victor to create their own weapons. On their way to the border, Vi decides to stay in Zaun for Jinx, letting Caitlyn and Echo continue without her. However, Marcus and his squad ambush them at the border, leading to a fierce battle. Echo is shot, and Caitlyn barely escapes with her life before Jinx shows up, blows up the area, and kills Marcus and his men. Hearing the commotion, Vi heads back to the bridge. Jinx and Echo clash over the gemstone, and Echo's superior skills soon give him the upper hand. In desperation, Jinx sets off another bomb, injuring them both. Later, Vi and Caitlyn realize Jinx has escaped with the gemstone. Meanwhile, Silco finds Jinx on the verge of death and takes her to his scientist, who revives her with the new shimmer variant. After arriving in Piltover, Caitlyn and Vi persuade Lady Karaman, Caitlyn's mother, to arrange a meeting with the council. At the same time, Mel's mother arrives, hoping to use Mel's connection with Jace to gain access to hextech, but Mel refuses. Heimerdinger, no longer part of the council, he encounters Echo, who is injured, and helps him return to Zaun. Vi's meeting with the council doesn't go as planned, and she leaves, telling Caitlyn to forget about her. Afterward, she convinces Jace to help her destroy Silco's factories, where shimmer is used to make super soldiers. Meanwhile, Victor accidentally causes the death of his assistant, who had feelings for him, while experimenting on the Hex Core. As Vi and Jace raid Silco's factories, Jinx pays Caitlyn a visit. Jace kills a child during the raid and backs out, shaken by what he's done, but Vi presses on. Seeing the devastation the Hex Core can cause, Victor promises Jace that he'll destroy it. Jace then requests a meeting with Silco, and when Silco agrees, Jace proposes a deal. He'll get Jinx in exchange for Zaun's independence, a dream Silco has pursued all his life. Silco is torn between his ambitions and his loyalty to Jinx. However, Jinx overhears the deal and, feeling betrayed, knocks Silco out. Meanwhile, Heimerdinger is amazed by the progress Echo has made in building a world separate from Silco's influence. Vi tracks down Sevica, Silco's lieutenant, and after a brutal fight, she defeats her. Vi then goes after Silco, but Jinx intervenes, knocking her out. When Vi wakes up, she finds herself tied to a chair at a table with Caitlyn, Silco, and Jinx. A tense conversation unfolds, with Vi and Silco competing for Jinx's loyalty. In a tragic moment, Jinx kills Silco when he tries to harm Vi. Realizing that her bond with her sister is beyond repair, Jinx chooses a path with no return. At the same time, in Piltover, Jace and Victor share Silco's independence proposal with the Council, which creates a massive uproar. Just as Mel persuades the Council to support Jace's peace plan, an unhinged Jinx uses the gemstone to launch a rocket directly at the Council chamber, where everyone has just agreed to give Zaun its independence. And that's where the Season 1 ends. The story will continue in Season 2. I hope you enjoyed that video. Like and share it with your friends. Kindly subscribe and press the bell icon to support the channel. Let's meet in the next story. Till then, take care.